Cool. So like when you left hospital and that, obviously, what was your sort of situation there when you left? Did you go straight into? I think you were living with your mum, but in the front room were you living?
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think I remember you saying about that. So what was explain about that situation.
Cramped. Yeah, it's a tiny room, isn't it? Literally, had a single bed in it and a hoist, one of those gantry hoist things, and a little like hospital style table which could go over the bed, and that was about it. We managed to get some like clothes rails in there, so we're trying to make it as homely as possible. Like, it was my grand's house,
Okay.
so it wasn't easy to adapt or anything, and because it was her house, I was very conscious that I would be moving out and I didn't want to make major changes to her home, because she'd been there for years and she was possibly in her 90s or just turning into her 90s at that point. So I was very conscious that she's got everything how she likes it, and that's how she deserves. I mean, that's her home. I didn't want to change anything about it, but there was no wet room. I could only get downstairs. The kitchen I couldn't really access, so I was very heavily dependent. I had carers come in the morning. I don't think I ever had carers at night, because in hospital they were saying I'd need them, but then they were like, you'd have to be in bed by 10. I was like, no.
Yeah.
I was like, it's not really me.
Right, yeah.
So just relied on them very heavily in the morning, and obviously my mum, I relied very heavily on her, so she was caring for my gran and for me, which put a lot of strain on her.
Yeah, definitely.
But she never let it show, because she's my mum.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
That's what mums do, yeah.
Yeah, she was a real like saviour for that. So they always like get me food, drinks when I wanted them. If I wanted lifts to go see friends, because I wasn't obviously driving at the time, she would always give me lifts, or my friends were more than happy to come and pick me up. Like, it's very
good.
Lucky. Yeah, very very lucky. That was ridiculous. But it did mean I had to get my transfers nailed, because I remember the first night when I came home, my mum had her friend stay in. And she was like, right, do you need help transferring into bed? And I was like, no, I've got this, I'm fine. Like, don't baby me, I've got it down to a T. So she was like, right, I'm going to bake a cup of tea then. She left the room, I went to transfer, and I don't know if I spasmed or whether I was being too cocky, didn't position, whatever, straight on the floor. So I just sat there for a bit. She came back in, like, the doors behind me. She came in, she was like, didn't you know how tall then? No, you're going to sleep like that. I was like, about me being a cocky little idiot. A little bit of help. So I did have to adjust to asking her for help, but got there in the end with it, and she had the balance right. She'd help if I needed it, but she wouldn't push the help on me, because I could get quite snappy. And she'd be like, yeah. She's like, I'm not going to offer it. I'm here if you want it, but I'm not offering because I know that you'll just bite my head off. I was like, yes, I will. But we nailed it in the end, bless her.
So while you were living there and that, did you find that because of the situation you're in, you learnt a lot more about what you could do and that, because you were restricted and that?
Yeah, I think if you're just thrown into something like that, you've got to learn fast.
Yeah.
You do just get chucked into it, and you don't realise just quite what you need until you are out of the hospital environment, and then real life hits you, and you're just like, okay, so there is like no safety net. This is it. This is real life. It's happening.
It's a daunting experience, but it does sort of show you like who you are as a person and your character in that moment, I feel. I
think, yeah, I mean, you do get to learn a lot about yourself, and I'm definitely I'm definitely a different person now to what I was before having a spinal cord injury. I think before I was quite just like in my own little world, like I didn't need to so much rely on people or anything, so I was pretty independent. And now obviously being spinal cord injury, I rely quite heavily on I rely heavily on people.
Yeah. So you said you actually do more now than you did before your accident,
definitely.
like sports and activities.
Yeah, I definitely do a lot more.
Yeah.
Yes. We haven't actually got a spare day in the diary at the minute, have we?
That's good. That's how it should be, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, because obviously that when you have this injury, especially in the early days, there are a lot of times where you're not doing much, and it's important to fill those times, because otherwise, that's when stuff like depression and anxiety and that comes in. So
yes, it's so important to keep busy.
Yeah. Did you experience any sort of mental health side effects of?
Not so much, no, because I was lucky with that. Where I did live, I had friends that were always around, and I had my mum who was always around because she was caring for my gran anyway. So from that point of view, the support that my family gave literally just stopped anything. And because everyone was so focused on keeping me busy, I was lucky in that there was just so much going on at once.
Yeah.
So I didn't have time to stop and think, actually, this, the other side of it.
Yeah.
So no, I've never really experienced the downfalls of it. And I know it does hit people quite hard.
Yeah.
And it can obviously. But it's not letting it, I think, is the main thing.
Yeah.
You've got to just keep on top of it all.
Yeah, it's all about managing yourself, through doing all these other things and having those people around you. So
yes, I mean you do obviously get bad days where you just. But I mean even before I got bad days.
Everybody has bad days.
Exactly.
That's just a normal thing of us being a human.
Yeah.
Not being someone with a spinal cord injury. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So you get days where you're stressy, or you're just like, why? It's raining really hard, it's really cold, and my leg just spasming out the car. Just want to be able to get in. But I think it's just part and parcel of life. Like I say, everyone has it, regardless of injury or well-being. I think it's just how humans are.
Yeah, definitely.